Hey guys, it's Joe from Pocketnow.com, and today is the 4th of July. In America, that's Independence Day. And to me, that's a really big deal. You see, I'm a deeply patriotic individual, so today I thought I'd show you some apps that I found for Android that have to do with independence, that have to do with the Constitution, and some stuff that just has to do with fireworks. Let's go take a look. Alright, first of all the apps that I'm going to show you here today are available for free in the Android market. Just search the market for the app name. The first one I'd like to show you is called 4th of July Quotes, which would be better titled Independence Day Quotes, but we'll forgive the developer for the time being. Hopefully he'll push out a patch. All this is a collection of quotes. This one, for example, says, "A man is morally free when, in full possession of his living humanity, he judges the world and judges other men with uncompromising sincerity." There are those, I know, who will say that the liberation of humanity, the freedom of man and mind, is nothing but a dream. They are right. It is the American dream. Just fabulous quotes. I wish this was in a widget so you could have it rotating on your screen all the time. Perhaps the app developer is watching this video and will take that recommendation to heart. But there's tons and tons more. But we are kind of short on time for this video, so let's move on to the next one. Next one is Patriotic Quotes. It follows the same basic thread as the first app that I just showed you, but rather than just quotes about independence or Independence Day in particular, these quotes are more generic to patriotic values, more focused to American patriotic values, but they should apply to patriots and really statesmanship all around the world. Again, same type of user interface, still paid for by ads, so you don't have to pay a penny of your own money in the marketplace. And it has some really, really good quotes. Moving along, we've got Benjamin Franklin quotes, which is really great. Benjamin Franklin was one of my favorite founding fathers. He's just an amazing man if you've ever read any of his papers. The same type of information, more quotes. These are categorized so you can see what topic it's talking about. You can even favorite a quote just by tapping on the star and then look that up later in your favorites collection. So that's one feature that I like in this app that the others don't have. Moving along, let's go over here to some documents. First and foremost, the Pledge of Allegiance. This app simply has an American flag, the title, and the Pledge of Allegiance, just in case you didn't know what the words were. And sometimes it's nice to go back and review what the words actually say, because we've been reciting this from memory since we were in kindergarten. It's nice to go back and reread it. This app goes a little bit deeper. Going into the menu lets you go into lyrics for various American patriotic songs. So that's kind of nice too that they put that into the app that was just the Pledge of Allegiance. It gives it a little bit more utility and takes up very little space. Next is the United States Declaration of Independence, which just very simply is the Declaration of Independence. Has some interesting page turn animations that are a little bit processor intensive, but this is really the document that America was founded upon. And from this document then came the next one, which is the United States Constitution, with the preamble, the articles, all the way down into the amendments. And lucky for us, it's got all the amendments in here, so we can go and check them out. Recent one in the news is the Second Amendment. We just had a Supreme Court case rule that the Second Amendment does guarantee an individual's right to keep and bear arms, and that does apply not only to the federal government, but to the states, cities, counties, municipalities. Watch the news. There's going to be lots of fireworks happening about that one. And speaking of fireworks, we're almost there. Hang on, we're getting close, okay? Next is this app, which is kind of fun. It's a little bit inappropriately named, and I can't see if I can get the name of it for you over here. It's called the Christian Patriot. Now, if you're not Christian, that's fine. Stick with me on this, okay? The reason that I want to show you this is you've got this USA tab. Over on the USA tab, you've got all these different things, Birth of a Nation, the Mayflower Compact, so it's a very historical document, but the reason I wanted to include it today is because of this. It's the Federalist Papers. Now, if you don't know, the Federalist Papers are a series of essays that were written by a few of our founding fathers back in the 1780s, 1787 and 88 to be precise, and sent to various New York state newspapers back in the day. The Federalist Papers are a look into what the Founding Fathers were intending when they were writing the Constitution and the initial 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights. So really nice to have. Of course, there's some theology and some creeds and whatnot in here as well that follow the Judeo-Christian line of thought. So if you're into that stuff, it's a good app too, but still a very good Independence Day app. Of course, we can't get too far without Congress. And I've already written a review on this, but it bears showing again here. The Congress app is one of the best ways, in my opinion, to find out what your elected officials are doing at the federal level. And I would really love if these guys would develop something that was more state, county, and even city level. And I know that's an awful lot of data to aggregate, so it's a huge task. But I would love if they had that kind of granularity here. So, nice thing here is this is the home screen that you get. You can find your legislators. Again, these are federal legislatures by your location. So if you're vacationing somewhere, it'll show you who your legislators are in that particular area of the country. In this case, we've got Bob Bennett, who we recently fired for not listening to his constituency, Orrin Hatch, the senior senator from Utah, and Rob Bishop. Let's go in and take a look at Orrin Hatch, and I'm choosing him because he's pretty active on Twitter. You can see it brings in a picture. It shows you what party he's in. In this case, he's a Republican from Utah, and he's holding a junior seat. You've got one-touch access to call his DC office, which is brilliant. If you've got any questions, comments, whatever, tap, call, leave a message for the senator. Hey, I like what you're doing here. I don't like what you're doing here. Vote for this, vote against this, whatever. Just really fast, really quick, really convenient. Gives you one-touch access to his website, what bills he's currently sponsoring. So a whole bunch of stuff there, which is great. Not necessarily the bills that he's sponsoring, but it's great that you can see what he's doing. And then the committees that he's on. So if you don't like what he's doing with, for example, financial reform, Senate Committee on Finance, he's a powerful guy. So you can really lay on him and say, hey, I don't like this, or I do like this, or whatever. So nice stuff there. You've also got news. This pulls in news articles where the good senator was mentioned. Twitter, which is his Twitter feeds. Really cool right there. And if you've got the Twitter app installed, you can tap to respond and open up a dialogue that way. Unfortunately, most senators don't pay attention to messages or even direct messages sent to them via Twitter, but it's nice to get out a little bit of information to others who are following that senator. When you mention that name, other people can see that you're talking to the senator and can either ally with you or have a differing opinion. So really nice to open things up and have a little bit more transparency. Last tab is YouTube, which is just what it sounds like. It's where, in this case, Senator Hatch has been captured on YouTube. Talking about the Supreme Court nominee Kagan, filibusters, immigration reform, yada yada yada, and it just play the YouTube video. But since this is Independence Day, and I know most of you are not looking about how you can contact your legislator on Independence Day, you're really after what? Fireworks. Now, fireworks has a long tradition in the United States. It goes back to the founding of our country, really. You're familiar with a song that has the phrase, "the bombs bursting in air"? I'll let you look that one up if you don't know what it is, and I sure hope you do. But fireworks are a reenactment, if you will, of that night. It's not just a spectacle to look and see and say, wow, that's pretty. You should really think about the men and the women who died sacrificing themselves for their country, for the liberation and freedom that we as American citizens now enjoy. And I realize a lot of you aren't in America, so I appreciate that that you can look at our traditions and our holidays and see how fanatical we are about them, and not hold it against us, if you will. But this app, first and foremost, it's fireworks, but it's a fireworks safety rules app. Only use fireworks outdoors, never give fireworks to young children, and always wear safety glasses, and just a whole bunch of rules. Not a bad thing to say, okay, kids, if you want to use fireworks, here, go read the rules, and you've got it right there on your phone. So that's really nice. And of course, the last thing that I want to show you is a live wallpaper. Let me get back and get to live wallpaper. And this one is just that. It is fireworks. There are some settings that you can configure, but we're just going to go ahead and set the wallpaper, and you can see here we've got a nice night sky with fireworks being thrown up in the air and exploding, so that we can remember these bombs bursting in air, which gave proof through the night that the United States flag was still flying. So, kind of neat, and for a patriotic holiday, I hope you can go out and grab a couple of these apps. The holiday's not just about fireworks, and it's not the 4th of July. It is Independence Day, which carries a lot more meaning. So be safe this holiday season. Subscribe to our video channel so you get more of these types of videos. And of course, leave us comments down below. I'd like especially to hear from my non-US friends out there to get your take on our Independence Day. Possibly when your Independence Day is, what traditions you have. Maybe you don't do fireworks, maybe you do something else. Very interested to see what those are. Just feedback and let us know. And of course, like I already mentioned, be safe, have fun, and remember all of the people that have sacrificed their lives and are currently serving for freedom for you and for our non-American brothers as well. So, my hat's off to all those currently serving and all those who have served in the past. And wishing you a safe and happy holiday. I'm Joe from Pocketnow.com.